Hello friends and handbag besties. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm a former client advisor for Louis Vuitton and your favorite fashion girly. So I am going to help you assess what your next handbag purchase should be. I look at these things as treats. Treat yourself because we all have enough handbags, especially if you're here. And you could be here because you're looking to purchase your first luxury handbag. And I get a lot of questions in the comments. What do you think of this bag? What do you think of that? I do not know because I do not know you. So I'm going to give you some questions to help you assess for yourself if the bag is going to be right for you. So first things first, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to go along with me on your handbag journey and learn about style and fashion. Number one, this is very important, especially because some of these handbags cost like 2 or 3 months of my monthly expenses. Is it in your budget? I do not care if it's $200 or $40 or $2,000. Is it in your budget? Especially if it's in the upper hundreds or the thousands. Does that handbag fit your budget? And can you pay for it right now without going into credit card debt, without doing Affirm or any of those programs that are going to cost extra interest into your bag? Now that's very important because of course with social media, we're all about how much money did you spend. Now I'm kind of old school and I'm all about like, ooh, look how much money I didn't spend. Look how much money I saved. And do you need to spend that money right now or could it go toward something else in your life? Like, are you saving toward a vacation? But if you're here, probably not, and you want to buy the handbag. So does it fit your budgetary needs? Because in the end, does it hold your wallet, your keys, your sunglasses, and the things that you need to hold? Which always leads to number 2, the frequency of wear. As we girls do girl math, cost per wear. I do cost per wear for everything, sweater, shoes, bag. How often are you going to wear it? Sometimes people make the mistake of buying a luxury bag just for special occasions, and then it doesn't get worn as much as it really should. So it will sit in your closet feeling like a waste of money and consuming space as well. So when I purchase a bag, think about, am I going to wear this once a week? Once a week is good because that's like 52 times a year that you're going to wear the bag. And I think that's like enough wear of a bag. But if it's going to sit in your closet only for special occasions, do you really need that? Is it something you can maybe borrow from a girlfriend, rent the runway, all types of places you can maybe rent a bag, or maybe you just buy something, you know, within budget, least expensive to fill that one event need. Before I go any further, jewelry, accessories are a huge part of my wardrobe. I love my jewelry, my accessories, my handbags, everything. I want to thank my sponsor, Italo Jewelry, and they have sponsored me before. They have provided me such beautiful costume jewelry that I can wear anywhere. It really elevates my outfit and I find I can wear them for special occasions or just for casual. For example, my work outfit today, I have my Lily silk camisole, my 𝐬𝐿 cardigan, and this lovely graduated necklace from Italo, and the cocktail ring. I had no idea I would love the cocktail ring so much. Look at that blue. It gets compliments from across the room. And I also have the tennis bracelet. It's just very dainty, but adds a little femininity to what I'm wearing. You see, I'm very neutral today, so the jewelry just adds that little touch and that splash of color that I need. So check out the link below. Treat yourself or treat someone else, but make sure you check out the jewelry. Not one thing has faded, by the way, so I'm really enjoying the quality of the jewelry. The quality of clothing and shoes and handbags back then were so much better than they are now. This is why I'm always talking about pre-loved market. Buy vintage. Unfortunately, this generation might not know because they haven't experienced the quality of clothing from, like, I'd say 2010 and before. And after that, actually, you know, probably around 2000s, the quality of clothing kind of like fast fashion was introduced, such as Forever 21, H&M, Zara. They really started to make an appearance in the early 2000s, 2005-ish, started to pop out on the market and take away market share from these better quality contemporary brands. So I'm glad there are people like Tanner Leatherstein out there. If you haven't watched his channel, he rips apart the handbags. I don't have the heart or the money to do that to mine, and then tells you what they're made of and what's inside of them. So I have a fashion school background, I have a manufacturing background. I know when I look at leather, when I look at stitching, I know what I'm looking for. When I feel the quality of clothing or handbags, when I look at shoes, I know what I'm looking for. But I understand that if you haven't had that experience, and some of these brands like BCBG, Theory, so many good brands I can't even think of, but brands from like late 90s, early 2000s that actually no longer exist today. So my purpose on this channel is to help teach you, and I will going forward get more into the details of stitching and materials and what to look for when you're actually shopping. Because one important thing here, price does not equate to quality. I just saw a like a TikTok or a reel of somebody dissecting a YSL puffer jacket, and the materials inside they were so cheap. It was like the Disney princess pillow stuffing that my daughter had when she was little. In so many instances today, we are paying for the brand name, and I don't want you to make that mistake. I want you to know that even if you're paying $200 for a bag as compared to $2,000, that $200 bag could have the same, or if not better quality sometimes than the bag at $2,000. So I'm gonna give you an example here. This is a bag that I did purchase. It was an impulse purchase. I was walking by the window. This is a Furla. I saw it and she was so cute. I love florals. So I took her home. Took her straight to my friend's salon, and she wasn't impressed. She was like, well, you can sell it later. And then I put the little scarf on it and I wore it everywhere, because also, you don't have to be pink and floral to wear a pink and floral bag. I don't want to matchy-matchy this with my outfit. I want it to contrast with what I'm wearing. Anyways, I wore her to death. And also later I found that the construction of her is not as good as some of my other bags. For the price I paid, she was just under $500. And do you see how this front part bows out like this? So it could be like, people will say normal wear and tear, and I used to work for Louis Vuitton, so we would just say, it's normal wear and tear. Now I know better to look for a bag that has better construction than this, and that starts with a leather that would be more suitable for this bag shape, because this leather and whatever lining they put inside, now I can't cut it open, but I can feel that it's missing maybe like a stiff reinforcement so that it doesn't cause that sagging. Okay, for example, this is my Teddy Blake. Now I haven't worn this bag as much as this one, but it is a stiffer leather. It doesn't feel like it has a reinforcement inside. I can't tell for sure on either one of them, but it's definitely a stiffer leather and holds its shape better than this, because this now, it doesn't really stand up on the shelf either, because it's got that bulge. So unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed, and it just teaches me what to look out for going forward if I am going to spend any type of money on a bag. So for me personally, out of anything I buy, whether it's like a little money or a lot, I want it to last as long as it possibly can. Unless I'm specifically going to Zara to buy an outfit for one night. Now, this is another impulse purchase I bought because I went to the secondhand store. It's called Second Street, and I found my dream bag. This is the Marc Jacobs Stam. It is lambskin leather, and if you look at all the quality details of a vintage Marc Jacobs bag, from the quilting, the stitching, the ruching, the detail in the leather shapes, the studs. I talk about this constantly on all of my Louis Vuitton videos, because nothing compares to the Marc Jacobs quality back in the day. Quality of this lambskin, I tell you, is better than the quality of the lambskins of some of the Chanels that you will find today. I know, because I had a Chanel mini lambskin and I ended up selling her because simply the quality of the leather wasn't good enough. Not all leather is equal. But all of that is actually for another video. This is a bag I knew that, okay, we're gonna hold her for a lifetime, and she was $200. So for me, that was worth it. That's another huge reason to shop the pre-loved market. There are so many brand new Louis Vuitton bags that I see in the consignment shop that people thought they wanted, they bought and kept in their closet, barely touched. Now, the last thing I want you to ask yourself, if social media did not exist, would you still be purchasing this bag, this wallet, this watch, or anything? Now, these rules can apply to anything, not just handbags, but if social media didn't exist, would you still want it? I'm guilty of buying things and seeing, well, I can just share it on my channel. That would justify me buying it because I would recoup the cost. Because I think many people ask, they really think luxury influencers are out here making a lot of money buying all these luxury things. That is not the case, at least not for me. YouTube does not pay that much. Okay, so this is really a labor of love. That's one thing. So when I start my channel, I thought, well, if I could obtain these things and I could show them off online and then you could write them off, and that's not true either. It's actually not true. If you use the thing, it's not a write-off. Okay, but I've been guilty. Like if I buy this thing, I can show it off on Instagram and social media, and it gives your brain this like little instant gratification dopamine hit, which then goes away, and then you want the next thing. And then you have a collection of things that you didn't need. Now, most of us are guilty of these. I'm gonna throw in a number 6, is that if you are buying a new item, is it duplicating something else in your closet? Is it duplicating, or is it perhaps replacing something? There are some bags that I've worn to death that I might buy the exact same thing of like, okay, we'll replace it. But what I have found is maybe the newer model might be made cheaper, lesser quality than the original. And then I'm just satisfied with like, okay, we'll just wear the original one to death. She has character, and it's all good. Think about like how many little black dresses you have in your closet. I have a lot of black clothes in my closet. And then I realized, how much did I duplicate? It's kind of human nature because we know what we like, so we gravitate what we like and we bring it home, not realizing I already have a version of that at home that is perfectly suitable. So totally guilty. Now, my channel going forward, I'm going to help you eliminate some of these duplicates of things, of handbags, jewelry, and shoes and clothing in your closet that we are unnecessarily bringing into our lives. So this list just skims the surface. I have a whole other video that I'm going to tag below of how to choose a bag for your body type and your lifestyle, because those are more important. Is it a bag for you? Or are you buying it for someone else or social media? If you're to this point of the video, drop a comment below. Let me know which bag is your next purchase. And I've also created a newsletter if you want the resale guide that I created to help you resell your bag on the pre-loved market. Because if you're here, you probably have a collection of bags, and there are probably some things in your closet that need to go bye-bye. So click the link below and join my newsletter, and you'll get monthly updates from me. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.